he's gonna help us for sure, for sure. All right. Salute to the chat. I see we got my real fake cousin Winston Ellis, Fritz Alessandor, John Baines in here, Gamer Channel, Mike Uno, Lee's Pops. I see you. Everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. If you like the show so far, hit that like button and subscribe button. We are here after every game talking that Knicks talk, that Knicks basketball for your head taps. So salute you guys for rocking with us and enjoy us, enjoy the debates. Enjoy the conversation. And also, if you want to, you can call in. You can call in if you too and say, you know what? I agree with you guys. Or you know what? You all completely stupid. I don't agree with anything you had to say. What are you doing even being on YouTube? How dare you shut down your channel? If you want to say that, call in and tell us. All right.
I mean, at this point, like, you know, we have 3 great minds of the show. So if someone is calling us stupid, like, I think they're the stupid one because I
mean, they can still say it. You know, you can still say it. I mean, look, listen, I'm not gonna say we're not gonna say anything back, but you can, you know, you can say it. But let's get into it. First caller up, we got JT. JT, let us know, man, what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Chilling, man. I just got back from the game. My voice is hoarse. I was screaming the whole game. But you know what? I got to say, this game was one of the games that's like, you just felt calm. The whole thing was good energy. You didn't feel scared at all about the lead going away or nothing like that. Shout out to Julius Randle. He looked real composed. Like it was a good game. Mitch, definitely like I heard Ryan was saying, definitely a presence on the defense. I'm outside, literally salute the pick to Timmy. So, you know, just have to call in real quick. I'm going to make it a quick call because, you know, it's a lot of noise outside, so I want to make sure I don't get too distorted. But salute to y'all. Salute to everybody. We got a good W. Let's keep the momentum going.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy. Oh, yeah, the energy. You can feel the energy from the Garden for sure. For sure. Man. Yo, there's still a lot. So I still want to talk about a lot. Can we talk about Julius Randle for a second?
Yes. Man? Yes.
Top 10 in MTV MVP voting, having his best season of his career, even though he shot 40% from 3 in this COVID year. I don't know. I still kind of feel like I like this season a little bit better. I keep saying this is the best season of the year because it's a two-way ball. Did you see the way this man was locking up Brandon Ingram? Brandon Ingram played like doo-doo today. He couldn't get anything off. And Randle has been doing that for most of the season. On top of the confidence from shooting from 3, on top of the diving to the basket, on top of the on top of the demeanor, keep holding other players accountable, but also lifting other players up. He's having a all-star season. He's definitely coming to this all-star break being locked in. And once again, gotta give credit to the coaches. Gotta give credit to the coaches. I was reading an article from Fred Katz, and they talked about how Johnny Bryant went to him and talked to him about his attitude and his shot profile in particular. The whole coaching staff, mind you, has encouraged Julius Randle to take more threes than he ever has his entire career. Now, if you're looking up, he's shooting 8 3-pointers per game, career high. And I know in the beginning of the season, we talk about, whoa, we should have been, he should be taking a little bit less threes. But we were saying it, and the coaching staff was saying the opposite, and got to give credit to the coaching staff. A lot of the reasons why Jalen Brunson has more room to operate in that mid-range area. A lot of reasons why we're successful right now is because the coaches gave Julius Randle the confidence to take those threes, get out of his own mind. Because if you remember before, he was shooting when he's supposed to be passing and passing when he's supposed to be shooting last season. telling him it's okay to shoot has encouraged him to actually shoot the open shots and not overthink it. And I think even though we didn't want him taking as many threes, it's actually helped our team, and we were wrong. We were just flat out wrong for saying don't shoot as many. Let him fly. He's around 35% from three this season. It's helped with our success and is giving the mental space to actually play the game this year. What do you guys have to say about that?
Lee could go first.
Man, Julius Randle. There hasn't been a player, I don't think polarize is the right word, a player that has like affected Knicks fans' emotions as intensely in a real long time. I think he's done even more than Carmelo, maybe since Patrick Ewing, where someone like everyone really wants to root for him and believe in him. But there's just like, there's things, it's not necessarily like how he plays or a missed opportunity or like blowing the game. It's more about his overall energy and interaction with the fan base and how he represents New York that gives people a bad taste in their mouth at certain moments of his career here with the Knicks. All that's changed this year. And as someone who's from the same city as Randle, he's from the North, I'm from the South, I couldn't be more proud to be from the Dallas, Texas, where that he's repping and actually root for him this time. I'm glad that I wrote that apology to him when I did. I think it was deserving. And I feel like he's really turned a corner. There's not going to be odd season Randle or even season Randle. I think those things are behind him because he's finally admitting and having humility in his approach to the game and actually saying to the stands, to the fans on national media, when he's being interviewed, it's my mental. Like he said that. It's not the game or like my back hurts or that I got personal issues. He is saying it's my mental state. And as someone who suffered from anxiety and depression and anger and rage, I get it. Yeah. And sometimes you need help, and sometimes you need somebody to come down like Johnny Bryant and have a talk with you and make you man up to your decisions and your actions. And he's done that. And for that, he's won my love forever, man. Even if whatever happens to him, I'm gonna be his number one supporter. You're gonna see some Randle propaganda coming out of my mouth from this point on because I can relate to him so hard. The empathy line for me to him is so strong because I get it. I know what it's like to be fucking down the dumps, to be depressed, to be angry, to go to your job, your 9 to 5, and hate that 9 to 5 and hate yourself and hate everybody around you. I've been there and I understand it. And he's a man playing a job. This is his job. And he's actually approached it this season with humility and transparency. So, man, he's got me feeling like Chris Webber 2004, man, 2003. This guy's playing like C-Web. He passes, he rebounds, he scores, he's a leader. I thought the Sacramento Kings were a contender. I think all three of us did when they were playing the Lakers. They were a legit championship team, and Chris Webber was their best player. So if he's Webber, there are some guys that are superstars their whole career. Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. There are other guys who are superstars for periods. Mary Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace. I think right now we're watching his ascension into a period of superstar play for his career. It might not happen next year again. He might not be at 2 years from now, but right now, I think Julius Randle is an upper echelon of basketball players. And I'm unbelievably happy to be here witnessing it with a Knicks jersey on my back.
Well said.
Yeah. And I think what I'm going to add is, I think it was after the previous game against the Wizards, they asked Thibs a question, and you have to give Thibs credit for this because I think he simplified the game for Julius Randle. Because what he basically told Julius Randle was, if he shoots the three, that's going to open up the game for him because he's capable of driving to the basket. And then when he drives to the basket, he just makes simple rim reads. If you have an angle to get to the basket, you go to the basket. If that angle is cut off, then you pass the ball. And I feel like Julius Randle took that advice and he simplified the game for himself. And I think that's what's contributing to him playing so well this season because now he's not overthinking the game. If the three is there, he takes it.
Yep.
If he drives to the basket and he got an angle to the basket, he drives all the way to the basket. If he drives to the basket and you see him get cut off, he's looking for the pass. And the game is just simplified for him at the moment. You rarely even see Julius Randle take mid-range jumpers nowadays. Mm. And to be honest, like the mid-range jumper is kind of getting outdated nowadays anyway. It's not really a high percentage shot as opposed to like a shot at the basket.
Kevin Durant would say no. I'm just playing. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm just basing on analytics, like, you know, what they say, like, you know, a shot at the basket is clearly a high percentage shot, and the 3-point shot, you know, if you can shoot that at an efficient level, you know, 3 is more than 2.
Right.
You know, but I think the game is just simplified for Julius Randle, and it's just showing on the court, like he's playing more free. You know, he's not overthinking the game at the moment. And the way he's shooting the ball at the moment, the way he's shooting the 3-point shot, the way he's looking for his teammates, you know, when he gets doubled, when he's trying to go to the basket, like, and then on top of that, the defense as well. You know, the way he takes guys one-on-one, and he's actually committed to the defensive side of the ball as well. So it's not even just offense he's providing. He's providing that same effort on the defense as well. That's why Lee said Julius Randle is transforming into a superstar player, because that's what superstar players do.
Right.
They dominate on offense, and then on defense, they put their foot down.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? You can't stop me on offense, and on defense, I'm gonna shut you down as well. And that's the attitude he has on the court at the moment. And Julius Randle, like he's playing phenomenal right now, and that's why he's number 7 on the MVP list right now, according to NBA.com.
Yeah, all good points. All good points. It's funny. It's funny enough. He's actually shooting elite from the mid range this season. I know he's taking a lot of threes, the most threes of his career. Short mid range, he's in the 81st percentile for his position. Long mid range, 67th percentile, which is pretty good. So, and at the rim, he's doing pretty good at the rim. Not elite, but like around league average. But the attempts from 3 definitely changed his game. Now, there's a conversation happening. I don't even know if these people. I don't know if this conversation is even still happening anymore. Moving Randle, I feel like that conversation has completely died down. I don't know if anybody even believes that anymore. But I kind of felt like when that conversation was happening, people were afraid that he would revert. And Lee talked about being in a dark place before, being, you know, but down on yourself and not knowing what to do and kind of getting out of that and changing your mental. I kind of feel like sometimes I just wonder, what have people been through personally? Like, has anybody ever been at one point in their life and then grown from that one point to another? Because I'm 40 right now, right? That's happened for me. So when I see people going, you know, he can turn back, I'm like, man, are you the same person you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago? These guys are 20. You know what I mean? What did you do in your 20s? That's you don't do it anymore. I go, man, that was stupid. Man, I shouldn't have handled that situation that way. So when people go, they're afraid, I don't blame them for being afraid, because maybe they haven't witnessed that, or maybe they have trust issues and that's their own personal thing. But I feel like I recognize signs of people changing. And one of the first signs of people changing is personal accountability. And when he started off the season taking personal accountability, my guard started to go down a little bit, because to me, that's like the major hurdle over knowing if this is real or not. So for me, when people talk about trading high on Randle and we don't know when it's going to revert, I think the fact that he's older and the mental has switched over, I'm buying it more.
Same.
And on top of that, the point guard situation has been solidified. We tried that before. We tried to bring Kemba Walker here, and it didn't work out. Julius Randle was still the top playmaker on the team. Now that we have an actual playmaker here in Jalen Brunson, and he's not on his way out of the league. He's not 35. He's in his prime. it's sustainable, that gives me a lot more perspective on the situation for me, thinking that this thing can carry on for a longer stretches of time, where Randle has his support in Brunson mixed with his mental shift. So I buying the Randle ascension long term for this team.
Well said.
Yeah. Salute to the chat. I feel like we could talk about a lot of other stuff, but we talked so much already. I felt like maybe we should just end the show soon, because we went to. This is probably one of the deepest episodes breakdowns we've had in a while, and we had a few. Do you guys want to talk about them? We could listen. We can still talk about Josh Hart, who came in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, when we started to sputter and made winning plays once again, 15 points for Josh Hart. We can talk about Emmanuel quickly, who came in the game and is throwing alley-oops to Julius Randle, and he's staying efficient, playing defense, hitting threes. This team is a complete team.
Yeah. There's something I wanted to bring up last game, and like something told me to hold back and wait. And I think this is the perfect opportunity, because Ryan alluded to it earlier. I want all three of us to answer this question, because it's actually been brought up in the chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
What piece is the piece that we need to win a championship? Like, what level player? Is it Zach LaVine and Brandon Ingram? If you would have asked me last season, I would have said a damn near like Kevin Durant. Now, I don't think it's that high. Like, what kind of player would we need to get? And I don't want this to be a conversation about dumping RJ or trading RJ. Let's just have the assumption that we need to make a trade. What level player? Who would come in and we would be able to be a contender? Because I don't think we're a contender yet. I know I said East Conference Finals, we didn't win a championship this season. I don't think we can't beat Denver, Clippers, the Suns. But who could we bring in y'all's opinion, that would make us a contender right now?